Floating under the sea.
Well, hello, I'm Doug Apple, back out on location. I am in Apalachicola on the bay in Battery Park, and we're getting all psyched up for the 50th annual Florida Seafood Festival. And I'm here with the president of the board of directors of the Florida Seafood Festival, Mr. John Solomon. And I'm also here with the 2013 Miss Florida Seafood, Morgan Martin. And I'm glad to have you both here on the radio. And John, I'm going to start with you as the head of the board of the Florida Seafood Festival. Tell me, what is special about this 50th anniversary festival?
The most special part about it is we're the oldest in the state of Florida as a maritime event, and celebrating our 50 years is something that's very important to this community and to the festival board of directors itself. Being that we've made it through hurricanes, bad economy, and other things that other festivals have fallen to, we've survived and kept going all these years.
And what makes people keep coming?
Well, the great seafood to start with, of course. We have carnival rides for the kids. We have, of course, the country headline concert with Kelly Pickler and other artists this year as well. We have tons of arts and crafts. I think there's over 90 booths so far already. There's going to be commercial booths for cooking demonstrations, different things like that. The blue crab races, the oyster eating and shucking contest. And just a side note on that is the last 3 years, our oyster shucking champion that has won here, we've sent to Maryland to compete in the national championship, and we've won all 3 years. So that's an important thing to us. One of the most things that's important to this festival and to this community is we still are the same price to enter the gates that we've been for the last 20-something years, and that's $5 to enter the gates, and you get the concerts, you get the events, the blue crab races, which are free to kids 12 and under, and the oyster eating events and everything like that, and just for a low price, just enough to cover the expenses so we can do it again next year.
And so it's $5 to get in to the Florida Seafood Festival in Apalachicola. And when is it?
November 1st and 2nd. It's always the first weekend in November. Mm-hmm. And that was started back in the 1960s. They asked a local weatherman what the best weekend in the state of Florida to have a festival was, and he said always the first weekend in November. So we've done it for 50 years straight on that weekend. And
what are the odds of having good weather each year?
50 to none, I guess, because it's been good every year so far, and I knock on wood now, but it seems like that's the best time of year, and it's made it through. Drizzles here and there, but actually the rain has stayed away, and just enough to have the festival each year. For the last few years, it's rained every Thursday, so we just keep watching it every year.
All right, well, that's Mr. John Solomon, and we are in Apalachicola, broadcasting on location and getting psyched up for the Florida Seafood Festival. And we also have with us the 2013 Miss Florida Seafood, Morgan Martin. And now, Morgan, you were born and raised here in Apalachicola, and you talked about the festival being something you just went to every year. Just tell me a little bit about why you go every year and why you think it's so popular here.
I go to the Florida Seafood Festival every year because it's a joy to enjoy fresh local seafood. Also, I enjoy the carnival rides and the concert.
And now the carnival rides, do you have a favorite?
There are different rides every year, but I enjoy Fireball. The Fireball is my favorite ride.
What does the Fireball do?
The Fireball flips you upside down. There's a lot of excitement, and I enjoy to get on it every year.
I don't suppose you have a... what? Well, John's over here shaking his head. What are you shaking your head for?
I don't do heights.
Oh, so you're saying the Fireball, is there some height involved?
A lot of heights.
Let me ask you this, John. When it comes to, you've got the $5 admission now. She's brought up the rides. What's the cost of tickets for rides and such?
The rides have their own prices over there. It varies each year because we actually go to the ride people and negotiate a lower price for them to charge for the community than they normally do. And it varies each year from $15 to $20 for our all-day ride bracelet. We try to do that just to keep the price low for the people in this community. It's the reason we're having the festival is to celebrate our seafood industry and celebrate the men and women who work in that industry every day, and actually is what makes this county run like it does.
So talk just a little bit about the heritage of the seafood industry in Apalachicola.
Well, basically, it started out as a trade town, and then years after that, it turned into a fishing village. And of course, everybody knows if you want oysters, you eat Apalachicola oysters, and they come from Apalachicola Bay. So that is one of the main things of the industry in this area, including, of course, the shrimp boats that go out of our ports, the floundermen, the crabbers, everybody else comes out of these ports in East Point, Carabel, and Apalachicola that provide the income for basically, if you're not touched by some sort of seafood in this community, then you're not from here originally. But even the people that's moved in here are involved in the industry and everything else with the seafood houses, the seafood restaurants, and it's a community that has some tourism, but we're a fishing